Joseph Laurel, what's up? So I think that one thing that really does reflect who everyone is their sense in fashion. And I know that that's the obvious answer, but let me just explain a little further, because I really do think that every single thing that a person is wearing, from their shoes to their hat, is largely defined by a series of choices that they have made in their life that make up who they are. And the way that you choose to dress impacts the way that people see you in incredible amount. Some people might say that they just don't care about fashion, or that that's not something that matters to them, and so therefore it's not really a reflection of who they are. But I would argue that that can't possibly be the case, because going back in time, historically, fashion has been something that has been pushed onto women, whether they enjoyed it or not, and many did, and many did not. But either way, it was pushed onto them. Even at the advent of women being able to read and the beginning of women's literature, a lot of women's literature was just about fashion and about clothing and how to dress and how to wear your hair and how to style your outfits. And so, fasting forward to now, the clothes that you wear, even if you have worn the exact same thing since you were a little kid, where you're just buying larger sizes of what you were wearing as a little kid, because I imagine your clothes probably from when you were a kid don't fit you anymore. Those clothes were probably picked out by a woman, and if they weren't, they were picked out by somebody who made a choice based on their own lived experiences, and their own experience with fashion was probably shaped by women. And if they aren't, and they're shaped by this person's very own unique choices in fashion, it's because they took interest in a traditionally women's industry. And I think that's mad respectable. I guess what I'm saying is, even if you don't see it, fashion is impacted so much by women, and either a person's ability to take interest in something that is considered largely feminine by a lot of Western culture, or the way that a person is dressed is shaped by their desire to not engage with traditionally feminine culture. Joe, it occurred to me that this might not make a lot of sense. So to recap what I've said, either you engage with culture, which has been historically like that with femininity, and you look sick as hell, or you don't engage with fashion and you look stupid and everyone knows you're sexist. Joe, I ask you, when guys are all hanging out and they don't have their shirts on, how does that occur? Like, does somebody just walk in the room and say, "Time to take off your shirts, guys"? Or how do you, how, what? Please explain.